The champagne flute trembles in Emily's hand as she watches her husband pour the Dom Perignon. With surgical precision, 1 year since she walked down that aisle in white silk, smiling through the guilt that threatened to choke her. To us, Daniel says, his voice smooth as aged whiskey. The candlelight flickers across his face, casting shadows that make his familiar features look different. Dangerous. She lifts her glass, crystal singing against crystal, to us. But his eyes don't match his smile. They never have, not since she came crawling back 8 months ago, mascara streaked and heart shattered. Not since she begged for his forgiveness with desperate kisses and promises she wasn't sure she could keep. The restaurant hums around them, soft jazz, muted conversations, the distant clink of silverware. Their corner table offers privacy, intimacy, everything a perfect anniversary dinner should be. So why does the air feel electric with something that isn't quite love? Do you remember? Daniel murmurs, reaching across the white tablecloth to trace his finger along her wrist. What you were doing exactly 1 year ago tonight. Her pulse jumps beneath his touch. Of course she remembers. She was in a cheap motel room, staring at her phone as missed calls from Daniel lit up the screen. She was choosing him, choosing the man who'd promised her forever, over the one who'd given her his name. I was with you, she whispers. Were you? His thumb finds her pulse point, pressing just hard enough to make her breath catch. Were you really with me, Emily? Or were you thinking about him? The question hangs between them like smoke. She tries to pull her hand away, but his grip tightens, not painful, but firm, possessive. Daniel, Aish. He brings her hand to his lips, pressing a kiss to her knuckles that feels more like a brand. I'm not angry anymore, sweetheart. I was for a long time, but anger is exhausting. Don't you think? Something in his tone makes her stomach flutter with unease. This isn't the Daniel she married, patient, understanding, willing to pretend her betrayal never happened. This man's eyes hold secrets she's afraid to uncover. What are you saying? He releases her hand to lean back in his chair, studying her with the intensity of a predator. I'm saying that while you were off playing house with your ex, I had time to think, time to plan, time to decide what our marriage would really look like. The blood drains from her face. Daniel, the lamb is excellent here, he says, as if he hadn't just turned her world upside down with a handful of words. You should try it. You'll need your strength for what comes next. Outside, rain begins to tap against the windows like impatient fingers. Emily realizes she's been holding her breath, waiting for lightning to strike. She has the terrifying feeling it already has. The penthouse apartment feels different when they return, charged with electricity. That has nothing to do with the storm raging outside. Emily watches Daniel move through their space like a stranger, loosening his tie with deliberate slowness, each motion calculated to make her pulse race. You're scaring me, she admits, kicking off her heels and following him toward the floor-to-ceiling windows that overlook the city. Lightning illuminates the skyline in stark black and white. Am I? He doesn't turn around, but she can see his reflection in the glass. Dark hair, darker eyes, a smile that doesn't reach them. Good. Fear is honest, more honest than you've been with me. Thunder rolls overhead as she moves closer, her bare feet silent on the marble floor. I told you I was sorry. I told you, you told me what I wanted to hear. Now he does turn, and the look in his eyes makes her breath catch. It's not anger she sees there, it's hunger. Raw, patient, terrifying hunger. But I knew you were lying. I wasn't. You were dreaming about him. His voice drops to a whisper as he steps closer, backing her against the cool glass. In our bed, on our wedding night. Did you think I couldn't tell? Her mouth goes dry. She had been dreaming about Marcus, about his hands, his mouth, the way he used to make her feel alive in ways that scared her. But Daniel had seemed asleep, peaceful, unaware of her restless guilt. How long have you known? Since the beginning. His hand comes up to cup her face, thumb tracing her lower lip with deceptive gentleness. Since you came back to me with his cologne still clinging to your skin. She flinches, but he holds her still, his body caging her against the window. Rain streaks the glass behind her head like tears. You want to know what I did while you were gone? His breath is warm against her ear now, making her shiver despite herself. I hired someone. Found out everything about your little reunion. The hotel rooms, the promises he made you, the way he threw you away the second he got what he wanted. Shame burns through her like acid. Stop. The pictures were particularly illuminating. His lips brush her temple, soft as silk, sharp as a blade. Did you know he was taking them? Collecting them like trophies. Her knees nearly give out. What? Insurance, he called it. In case you decided to run back to your boring fiancé. Daniel's laugh is velvet over steel. He was going to sell them, Emily, to the highest bidder. Your reputation, your career, your dignity, all for sale to anyone willing to pay. She's drowning, gasping for air that won't come. You're lying. I saved you. His mouth finds the sensitive spot just below her ear. I bought them all. Every single photograph of my beautiful, faithless wife. Lightning flashes again, and in its brief illumination, she sees the truth in his eyes. This is only the beginning. Show me. The words leave Emily's lips before she can stop them. Raw and desperate in the darkness of their bedroom. Daniel's hands still on her shoulders where he'd been massaging away the tension she's carried for months. Are you sure? His voice is silk and shadows, fingers tracing patterns on her skin that make her arch despite herself. Once you see them, there's no going back to pretending none of this happened. She turns in his arms, facing him in the dim light filtering through the curtains. His chest is bare, muscles defined by shadow and moonlight, and she realizes with a start that this is the most desire she's felt for her husband since, maybe ever. I need to know. Her hands flatten against his chest, feeling his heartbeat steady, controlled, while hers races like a trapped bird. I need to see what he saw in me. Something dark flickers across Daniel's face. What he saw in you. His thumb traces her jawline with devastating precision. He saw a woman desperate enough to throw away everything real for a fantasy. He saw weakness. The words should sting, but instead they ignite something low in her belly. And what do you see? I see my wife. He reaches for the bedside drawer, pulling out a manila envelope with fingers that don't quite steady. I see the woman who chose me. Eventually, the photographs spill across the white sheets like scattered secrets. Emily's breath catches not from shame, but from recognition. The woman in these images is her, but not her. Wild-eyed, desperate, clinging to a man who's looking at the camera instead of her face. God, she whispers, he never loved you. Daniel's voice is gentle now, almost tender, as he gathers the photos with careful hands. But I knew that already. The question is, do you finally see it too? She meets his eyes, sees something there she's never noticed before. Not just patience or understanding, but a fierce possessiveness that makes her pulse skip. You kept these to hurt me. I kept these to protect you. His hand cups her face, thumb wiping away a tear she didn't know had fallen. From him, from yourself, from anyone who might try to use your past against us. The word tastes different now, weighted with new meaning. There's something else. His free hand trails down her arm, raising goosebumps in its wake. Something I did after I bought these photos. Her breath catches. What? I made him pay for them. All of them. Every humiliating image he captured of my wife. Daniel's smile is sharp as broken glass. With interest, the room seems to tilt around her. Daniel, what did you do? What any husband would do. He leans closer, his mouth barely grazing hers. I destroyed him. Completely. Professionally. Financially. Personally. Lightning illuminates his face for one electric moment, and Emily sees the truth there. Her gentle husband is capable of terrible, beautiful things, and she's never wanted him more. How? Emily's voice breaks on the single word as Daniel's confession settles between them like lightning. Before thunder, he doesn't answer immediately. Instead, he gathers the photographs, returning them to their envelope with methodical care. Each movement is precise, controlled the same way he approaches everything. She'd once found it boring. Now it seems dangerous. The same way I built my fortune, he finally says, settling back against the headboard. Moonlight cuts across his chest, and she realizes she's been staring at him like she's never seen him before. Maybe she hasn't. Patience, research, finding weaknesses and exploiting them. His weaknesses. Daniel's laugh is low, rich with dark satisfaction. Where do I start? The tax evasion, the falsified business records, The 3 other women he was stringing along while he was with you. His fingers trace her bare shoulder, raising goosebumps she can't suppress. He made it almost too easy. Emily's world tilts. 3 other women? You were never special to him, sweetheart. The endearment should comfort her. Instead, it sends heat spiraling through her core. Just another conquest, another set of photos for his collection. She should feel devastated, should feel used, broken, ashamed. Instead, lying here in the darkness with her husband's hands mapping her skin like claimed territory, she feels something else entirely. Alive. You did this for me, she whispers. I did this for us. His mouth finds her pulse point, and she arches, involuntarily. For our future, for the family we're going to build on honest ground. Daniel. His name is a prayer and a question and a surrender all at once. Say it. He murmurs against her throat. Say you're mine. Say you choose me. Not because you have to, not because he threw you away, but because you want to. The words hover between them, heavy with implication. This is her moment of truth, the chance to step fully into this darker version of their marriage or retreat, into safe, familiar distance. I'm yours. The confession tears from her throat like a sob. I choose you. God help me. I choose this. His mouth claims hers then, and it's nothing like the gentle kisses they've shared before. This is claiming, possessing, marking her as his with a thoroughness that leaves her gasping. When they break apart, his eyes are black with desire and something deeper, something that looks like love but tastes like power. There's one more thing, he says, reaching for his phone on the nightstand. Something I want you to see. The screen illuminates his face in blue light as he scrolls through messages, then turns it toward her. Her heart stops. It's a text from Marcus, sent just hours ago. I know you have them. Name your price. I'll pay anything. He's desperate. Daniel whispers against her ear, ruined, begging. Emily stares at the message, understanding finally dawning like sunrise after the darkest night. What are you going to do? Daniel's smile is pure predator. We're going to finish this together. The hotel bar is nearly empty at this late hour. Just the bartender polishing glasses and a few scattered couples lost in quiet conversation. Emily sits in the corner booth, her hands trembling slightly around her wine glass as she watches the entrance. Daniel's voice whispers through her earpiece, intimate as a lover's touch. He's walking in now. Remember what we discussed. She sees Marcus before he sees her, disheveled, desperate, scanning the room with wild eyes. 6 months of Daniel's careful orchestration have left him hollow-cheeked and haunted. His designer suit hangs loose on his frame, his confidence shattered like glass. When his eyes find hers, the relief that floods his face is almost pathetic. Emily. He slides into the seat across from her, reaching for her hands. She lets him touch her, fighting the revulsion that crawls up her spine. Thank God. I wasn't sure you'd come. How could I not? She says softly, playing her part. After everything we meant to each other. Through the earpiece, Daniel's voice is silk and satisfaction. Perfect, sweetheart. He's already reaching for the phone in his jacket, the one with the backup photos he thinks I don't know about. Marcus leans forward, his grip on her hands tightening. I know he has them. Your husband. I know he bought my collection, but there are others I know. Emily lets her voice break just slightly. He showed me everything. The photographs, the receipts. Marcus, what you did to me, I did it for us. His desperation is palpable now. Rank as old cologne. Those photos were insurance, proof that what we had was real. I was going to delete them after you sold them to the highest bidder. The words slip out colder than she intended, and she sees him flinch. Daniel's laughter in her ear is dark honey. There's my fierce wife. Marcus's face goes pale. He told you that. He told me everything. Emily stands slowly, and she can feel the power shifting in her favor like tectonic plates moving. About the other women, about the scheme, about how you never loved me at all. That's not it, is. She moves around the table, backing him against the leather booth with predatory grace she's learned from watching Daniel. And you know what the beautiful irony is, Marcus? He shakes his head. Trapped, while you were busy trying to destroy my marriage, my husband was busy destroying you. Completely, methodically, with surgical precision. She leans down, her mouth close to his ear. He did it for love. What did you do it for? When she pulls back, his face is ghost white. The photos on your phone, she whispers, watching understanding dawn in his eyes. The ones you thought he didn't know about. He's already copied them, already added them to his collection, already made sure they can never be used against me again. Through the earpiece, Daniel's voice is velvet triumph. Game over, sweetheart. Come home to me. Emily straightens, looking down at the man who once made her question everything she thought she wanted. Goodbye, Marcus. As she walks away, she hears Daniel waiting by the car, engine running, ready to take her home to the life they've chosen together. Finally, fully, completely chosen.